Now, we got this from an email, and these are some of those interesting points.
Something new?
Yeah, this is now we're onto the whole, that was just the Noelle thing, just quickly, because she had a great point. I wanted to get it in there. What word would you delete from usage? This email, the idea what a trance is. Remember we started talking about the concept of if you're a therapist, if you're a hypnotist, maybe a consulting hypnotist, if someone at an airport or, in the grocery store, what do you do for a living? I'm a hypnotist. Oh, what's that all about? I've had a billion questions. How are you going to explain what you do cogently?
Yeah, this came as we were planning this episode. I was thinking about how one of the things every hypnotist needs to be comfortable doing is answering the question, what do you do? Oh, you're a hypnotist. What is hypnosis? How does that work? And we got to talking about this, and literally the same day, we got an email from Robert, a retired Navy guy, awesome guy, and he was mentioning how he had Anthony Jacquin's Reality is Plastic playing in
great book
in the background. He said, I love this, and he emails me the particular quote. Do you want me to read it?
Yeah, I do actually.
It was, or at least this is a piece of what's in Anthony's book, and I think this is great, that trance is when a person's subconscious mind is absorbed in one ongoing situation, and one's conscious mind is in deep rest, but still awake and observing passively in the background. Or in other words, the conscious mind's not particularly involved in what's going on.
It's not being participatory.
Conscious involvement.
It's a placeholder.
And absorption.
Right.
And that already happens naturally. Let's say we test that. Well, what about highway hypnosis, right? Well, our conscious mind is thinking about something that's going on. Our unconscious mind is absorbed in driving the car.
Okay.
Right. What about watching a movie?
Yep.
We are emotionally engaged in what's going on.
You're watching a movie.
Consciously, but we're not consciously evaluating it.
Right.
Oh, I wonder what the set is like, and I wonder where the cameras.
Wonder what the temperature was when he left the room.
Yeah, you're absorbed in, and consciously watching a movie, of course, but your conscious is sort of at rest while your unconscious is engaged in the content.
And this is really, to me, sounding like a re-echo of Raphael Rhodes' psychic relative exclusion, PRE. The idea that we have two minds, they're both always present to varying degrees, and normally your conscious mind is up front, just to give it a geographical location, and your unconscious, we say unconscious because we're primarily Ericksonians, it's in the background. And as you go into trance, the conscious mind recedes and the unconscious move forward, but it's never entirely gone. So it's sounding very much like that.
I want to challenge myself on I'm going to have you challenge me on something.
I'll frickin' do that.
When I
challenge you all
when I related it, I should say, to highway hypnosis,
that
you're in the car and you're driving. Is that a really good example of this model? Because the unconscious is the driver at that point. I'm not consciously steering and making those micro connections. My conscious might be involved in analyzing a problem. Maybe that's what's really going on, is that your conscious mind is thinking about your day or whatever the case is, but your unconscious is still there
driving the vehicle.
But it doesn't quite seem like it fits the model that we just described, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Yeah. So what do we make of that?
I'd say we just bypass it and edit it out.
All right.
We'll edit this whole thing out.
No, we won't.
But it is an interesting thing. And go on to the second part of this, that quote. Hypnosis is when.
Oh, yeah. So the second part was trance being when the person's subconscious is absorbed, right? Hypnosis is when a trained hypnotist is guiding the person who is in trance. Okay, I can accept that because we don't differentiate in our minds between hypnosis and trance.
Simple model.
And really the only differentiation here that Anthony Jacquin is using in this book is that the hypnosis...
Start again.
Hypnosis is happening when a hypnotist is guiding someone into so-called trance.
Right.
So that's fine if you want to call it trance when it's happening naturally or you do it to yourself, and you want to call it hypnosis when you do it to someone else.
I think that's a very Anthony Jacquin kind of thing, because it was Paul Norrish and Gabriella Pittman had studied with head hackers in Britain. So it was Anthony and Kev Sheldrick, who I've never met. They're not working together as far as I know right now. But back then they went to Britain and did their training.